Kounde is just an FU to Chelsea. Oh, you know what? Let's screw you over even more. This is the club that gave us Messi, that gave us Neymar, that gave us Romero, that gave us Ronaldinho, that gave us Rivaldo, that gave us Dani Alves, that gave us Iniesta. Extremely exceptional individuals. I told you, how many individuals at Chelsea could you call truly generational historical players? This needs to be addressed, and I think it is time for people to be honest. Honesty is the only way forward, and I just think that when you're honest, you get things done a lot quicker because there isn't dilly-dallying, there are no ifs and buts. So we have to be very concise here and very clear here. So I don't want to mince words or confuse words. Chelsea have been lubricated and adopted by Barcelona in this transfer window. These are just facts. Targets that Chelsea have been going for, Barca have snapped them up. See, in the case of Lewandowski, that was really about Chelsea were never going to get Lewandowski. Because when a guy comes out and says, I want to go to Barcelona, it is what it is. So there's no point. The Raphinha one was painful because Chelsea were close. If he was agreed, was right there, all that was left was just to agree personal terms, but Barca came into the mix. And the issue is, what are you going to say about the guy who says, I have a chance to play for Barcelona? And this is the same thing with Jules Kounde. And I just feel that Chelsea have to go to accept these things, and Chelsea fans just have to accept the reality. And the cold hard reality is, for a certain kind of a player, the Barcelona package is just more attractive. It's more attractive. Because if you're saying to a player of a particular age, do you want to play under Tuchel at Chelsea or play under Xavi at Barcelona? I want to play under Xavi at Barcelona. Now, you may say, wait a minute, whoa. Xavi's a freaking rookie of a manager. This is freaking Tuchel. And Tuchel is definitely a better manager than Xavi because he's much more experienced and has more years in the game. Tuchel just won a UCL a few years ago. He took PSG to their first UCL final. If they had kept him, who knows what he could have done? So where does Xavi come into the mix? But you have to look at the whole package, because when you're looking at a Jules Kounde and a Raphinha, it's in combination of, it's Barcelona. This is the home of Messi, Neymar, Cruyff, Rivaldo, Romario, Ronaldo, Xavi, Iniesta, Dani Alves. Some of the very best players of their generation or some of all time have played for Barcelona. Chelsea can't say that. How many players from Chelsea can you say are some of the best players in the generation or some of the best players of all time? Let's be honest right now. Let's stop being tribal. How many players from Chelsea could you say he's one of the best players of the generation or one of the best players of all time? Only one I can really think of, I would say Hazard was arguably the best player, was one of the best players of the generation. That is the only one that I can give you. Now, Drogba was amazing. Are we saying Drogba was on a level of an Etso, a Weah, a Shevchenko, and Inzaghi? Drogba is that dude, and he is a Chelsea legend. But was Drogba one of the best strikers of his generation or one of the best strikers of all time? Now, Drogba is one of the most clutch strikers of all time. I'm going to fight you on that. Drogba is one of the most clutch strikers of all time, 100%. Beyond that, I'm not sure. And I just think the reality here is, there's no time to be tribal here. Like, you have to accept that even if Barca are going through a difficult position right now, even though Xavi is a rookie, it's still Barcelona, and that still comes with something. And there is still a desire to be like, it's Barcelona. We know what they're about. And this is now where it gets even painful. Ever since Cruyff, there has been a strong identity with how Barca played the game. So the basis is we attack. Now, we can attack in different ways, but we attack. So when Cruyff laid down the foundation with Van Gaal, with Rijkaard, then of course with Pep, and Villanova for some time, Luis Enrique, now with your boy Xavi, like, it's always been about we attack. And that is a general philosophy that runs all the way through. So you know what you're walking into. Bram is our dude. And I believe that Bram is one of the best owners of all time, 100%, because his record speaks for itself. Say anything you want about Bram, his record is incredible for an owner. I don't think Bram went more than 3 years without winning a major trophy. That's amazing. That's amazing. But there's a caveat to that. Chelsea don't have an identity. They don't. Based on how Bram ran Chelsea, they don't have an identity. So when you're walking into Chelsea, you could be walking into something for 2 years. In the next few years, you're walking into something completely different. Sarri and Kounde are totally different. Kounde and Tuchel are completely different. Mourinho and Ancelotti are completely different. These are totally different styles because there isn't this is the Chelsea way of playing. This is how we want to operate. It's like, okay, you're the manager. Whatever your philosophy is, as long as it brings trophies, come on down. Come on down. The caviar is free. Drinks are on me. So, because I wanted Raphinha. See, the Jules Kounde, that's just another L. That's just Barca flex. That's just Barca pretty much just like putting their trousers down and just mooning us. Okay, Kounde is just an FU to Chelsea. Oh, you know what? Let's screw you over even more. Because, I'll get to Raphinha. The Kounde thing is bad because look at how long Chelsea have been chasing Kounde for. And they've been chasing him for so long, and Chelsea was so sure. Eric was like, oh, it's a done deal. Chelsea fans were so sure. Bro, I'm on social media every day. Guys, this is my job. I go on social media. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I go onto Twitter, Bleach Reports. Okay, what's the latest news? So I'm constantly looking at what's happening on social media. On social media, Gerard Romero was getting clowned. Gerard Romero, oh, hold this L. I mean, if Gerard Romero wants to really flex, he can make some guys look really stupid. See, I was like, all right, let me not say anything. I was not one of those guys that said Kounde is a done deal, it's already done, blah, blah. No, I never said that. So that's really bad. That's just extra flex. But the thing about Raphinha is this. Why do we watch football? And this is a very key thing he's saying. I go back to why I watch Chelsea. Why did I watch Chelsea to begin with? Vialli, Hullet, Petrescu, Gospoye, Desai, Zola. You had Chelsea were the most stylish team. Whether you spotted them or not, Chelsea were most guys' secretary because they were so entertaining. They were such an entertaining team. And they had such amazing individuals. You were always entertained. Win, lose, or draw, you were always entertained. And I bought into that philosophy. I bought into the philosophy of, bro, this is just like entertaining. It's just guys just having fun. And you could see some of the craziest goals whatsoever. Chelsea could lose to Bradford City 2-0, then win that double, and then beat United 5-0 the next week. But you were always entertained. So what I saw in Raphinha is, wow, we could get on something. Because this ain't William, this ain't Oscar, this is a real Brazilian who is that real, he's that dude. And this would be a guy that kind of help bring that spark because Chelsea have not had a spark since Hazard. Like, Hazard was a guy where every week you're looking to view into Hazard as to what he'll do because he's just that special player. Chelsea don't have a special player. They don't. There is no player at Chelsea that is exciting. So when I look at Raphinha scoring that goal in the preseason friendly, it's painful. It's painful because I was like, oh my God, this is a guy who, if he comes balls, I'm getting his jersey. I'm wrapping him. Raphinha is my guy, and I can start flexing with the guys. Oh, look at Raphinha. Oh, look at everything. Oh, look at that goal. Boom. So it is painful. And the sad reality is my club can't, if my club goes up against a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, but a Barcelona, and we're trying to go for a guy like a Raphinha, we lose. Because that kind of a player, if it's between Barcelona and Chelsea, he's going to Barcelona. He's going to Barcelona because of what that club is about and the kind of players they want to breed. This is the club that gave us Messi, that gave us Neymar, that gave us Romero, that gave us Ronaldinho, that gave us Rivaldo, that gave us Dani Alves, that gave us Iniesta. Extremely exceptional individuals. I told you, how many individuals at Chelsea could you call truly generational historical players? You see, I'm not speaking to the tribal Chelsea fan. I don't talk to the tribal Chelsea fan. I'm talking to the real Chelsea fan. The Chelsea fan who is ready to have that real talk. How many Chelsea fans are truly these all-time world-class all-timers like a Rivaldo, like a Dino, like a Daniel Alves, like an Iniesta, and so forth? So if you're a player, and you're that kind of a player, you want to wear a Barcelona jersey. You want to wear a Real Madrid jersey. And this is what I said before. I just didn't know it will come back and bite me in the ass like this, but I said this before. Like, my words have come back to haunt me. Real Madrid and Barca, when they entered the chats, I'm sorry. No offense to Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool, Bayern, Juve. When Real and Barca entered the chat, sorry. So it doesn't matter how popular the Premier League is. That doesn't matter. Real Madrid and Barcelona, that is a hallmark of footballing excellence. Do you hear what I just said? Kids at the back. Real Madrid and Barcelona, that is a hallmark of footballing excellence. If you're a particular player, listen to what I'm saying. If you're a particular player, a City, a Liverpool, a Chelsea, maybe a Bayern, these are stepping stones to Real and Barca. When you leave Real and Barca, you go into it's a step down. Real and Barca, you live there, it is a step down. It's harsh. It's really harsh. I told you, I'm not speaking to the tribal fan, I'm speaking to the football fan. I'm not speaking to the tribal fan, I'm speaking to the football fan.